Hello, I am Luna, and
Hello.
this is
We are
Refrag.
doing Portal 2. Yes, this is me.
So timer starts in 3, 2, 1, now. So yeah,
Yeah.
this first level is gonna be pretty intense. Also, sorry for my throat. I am pretty ill, but um, yeah, the start of this level is really easy. It's basically just like a tutorial thing to show you that we have these little ping tool things, and we can show each other stuff with them.
Yeah, we have to use them here to just go past this thing, but yeah, it's pretty boring for now, but then we'll do some out-of-bound stuff. It's gonna be quite interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot on this level, and then the levels after it are a little bit easier to explain. So with this level, mostly just look and see what happens.
Yeah.
So first up, we're going to
First
be
of all,
bunny hopping
yeah.
over to the portal gun instead of getting GLaDOS to shoot portals for us. And bunny hopping is the main movement mechanic in this game. We're going to be seeing it all throughout the run. And then here, oh, didn't
Oh.
quite work. Um,
Okay.
Refrag is going to be lining up to a certain spot, and I'm going to be jumping on his head and getting through the roof of the level. There you go.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to place a portal to the end of the level, and Refrag is going to go through that portal, line up
Yeah, and then I do
right
a
at
bit
the
of
end.
out-of-bound movement.
Mhm.
Place the portal at the end. There you go. I do
And
my clip,
yeah,
and then I come back.
there you go.
Press the button, and
So we
that's the end of
skipped
the level.
all the actual tutorial parts of that level by just clipping through the roof, going to the end, and clipping back in. But yeah, the levels after this are going to be quite a lot easier to explain. The first levels, we're doing mostly just casual strats, and then as we go throughout the game, we're going to be doing, harder and harder strats as more mechanics get introduced. Oof. Here we go.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we're going to our first course already. So yeah, this hub, by the way, we'll see it at like every course.
Yeah, so after every course, we'll return back here and just go through each course. We're doing the all main courses category, which means we have to finish them all. There isn't any percent category where you can do some out-of-bound stuff to skip the first 2 courses, but we're not doing that today.
Yeah. So yeah, the first levels here are gonna be pretty easy, and then we're gonna move on to more complicated levels, and it's gonna introduce more mechanics that we can exploit and stuff.
So yeah, for these
Yeah,
ones, you'll just
so-
see the casual strats really, but with bunny hopping, and there will be a couple like tricks really, not really any major glitches in this first section. And a lot of this also is just about us doing stuff in sync, which is a little bit harder in a speedrun. Obviously, when you're doing this casually, you have those ping tools that we saw in calibration, but in a speedrun, we just want to do it as fast as we can, so we just have to go and hope that we are in time. Oops, I
Yeah.
swapped to me, but this is a refrag stage.
Also, yeah, yeah, Luna is switching between our screens. I don't know if we explained. Can you press the button again? Sorry, I was very slow.
So yeah, I have both of our screens and I'm swapping between them, which makes for some interesting running and commentary. Me trying to multitask all these things, but hopefully it should make it a little bit easier to watch because you know whose screen to focus on instead of them being side by side.
Yeah. You can also watch the partner view if you want.
Yeah, so in the bottom right, you see the other person's view, so that should, in case you want to watch the other person, then that's still there.
Now we're going to lasers.
So you'll notice something at the end of this level. Basically, GLaDOS will speak to us at the end of a lot of levels, and we have to enter the end of the level at the right time so that GLaDOS will shut up in time for us to leave. If we enter the wrong time, it's just slower, and that means that you're going to watch me at the end of each level, waiting next to the end before I enter it, to hopefully get the right time. There you go. And here you see lasers as well. This is a new mechanic. These are not super broken, but they are pretty annoying, as you saw there.
Oh my god.
You can jump over them, but yeah, they're very frustrating.
Yeah, especially like I had to place the cubes and stuff in a pretty exact spot, because if you don't do that, then the laser just will barely miss the target and stuff. It's pretty
Yeah.
annoying, but you know.
Do you want to explain emancipation grills?
Yes, so at the end of each level, there's gonna be this blue grid or whatever we call it, and basically we cannot shoot any portals through there. We cannot. Our portals just like vanish when we reach that. We also cannot get any objects through that. Although we can glitch some objects through the emancipation grid, and yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes they'll have them in the middle of a level that's like in two sections, and there's a lot of exploits we can do by oh, here's Refrag showing that off.
There you go.
There's a lot of exploits we can do to get cubes through or get portals through.
Yeah.
And also, we kind of skipped over that level, but at the start of that level, you saw us doing a weird emote. Basically, GLaDOS wanted us to do a rock, paper, scissors thing there. And we jumped out of the way so that the animation would fail, which means we get a slightly faster animation. And there's a few cases of that where we'll do a faster version of an animation to skip doing what GLaDOS wants us to do. And here there's a pretty interesting one. So basically here, this is pretty much what I'm talking about with the animation skips, although this is a voice line. So I'm going to be doing a weird trick there to trigger the fastest voice line on this level. And that means we can enter straight away, whereas usually the voice line would be super long on that level, and it's very annoying. And also, you saw me just jumping into the water and Refrag jumping across the level. We just skipped the entire puzzle, basically.
Yeah, they left a bit of collision there. It's supposed to be a platform, but it doesn't fully go into the water, so you can
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, usually you die if you
Just
go in the
work on
water.
that. Anyway, this is our last level of the course, and for each last level of the courses, we're gonna be outside the testing area, and as you can see, we're like a much more open thing.
Oh, come on.
Whoa.
Okay, so there, what you saw me failing to do was there's there's two buttons there, and you're supposed to press them one each. But in this speedrun, it's faster to just as one person press both of them. And in some cases, that lets us do tricks where only one person needs to get to the end of a level. And these type of levels, you saw us put a disc in a machine. Instead of going actually into the like elevators at the end of the level, or they're like disassembly stations, we can just put the disc in the machine and it finishes the level and GLaDOS blows us up. So that means that in a few levels you'll see we'll do tricks to just get one of us to the end instead of us both like trying to get to the end at the same time. That means we can save some time as well. And also at the end you saw us do a very useless out of bounds. That is just to flex. It's not for any reason really.
Yeah, it's just pretty cool. Anyway, here lobby 2, we'll have to taunt to avoid a longer forced taunt by the game, like forced emote.
Yeah, so that's another case of GLaDOS wanting us to do a long emote, and we can just do a backflip because that's the fastest emote. And it skips us doing, I think it's like a rock, paper, scissors or something again. Just something random, or like a hug or something.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is. Probably a hug. There's a bunch of emotes in this game. They're pretty cool. But we are now going into the mass and velocity chapter, in which we'll see some velocity stuff.
So first we have reportals. So in Portal 1,
what am I doing?
in Portal 1, you could stand in a portal and place another portal, and you wouldn't get bumped out. But they wanted to patch that in Portal 2. So they made it so if you're standing in a portal while you're placing another portal, it gives you a bit of velocity away from the portal. And we're going to abuse that velocity now to jump across these gaps and get to these buttons and skip doing the entire puzzle.
You did an excellent job placing
And
the
then
edgeless
I killed
safety
Luna
tube
because
in the
it's funny.
receptacle.
So yeah, this voice line is that long that it doesn't matter if Refrag kills me, so...
That's right. You're not humans. I can drop
Yep.
the thing.
I have to die every time because
You
Refrag always
have
gets
no
the
idea
ball.
how tiring it is to praise someone for placing an edgeless safety
What you
tube
get.
into a receptacle designed to
But yeah,
accept both fit and
you might have
edgeless
seen
safety
as
tube.
well, I was holding that ball instead of letting it go into the receptacle. that's also because it's better to just trigger the voice line this way. Because if you just drop the ball, sometimes it doesn't quite go into the receptacle. And
Yeah, it can be
it's
very
really
frustrating with the ball sometimes because you'll put it in the like receptacle and it will just like bounce straight out. It's very frustrating.
Electrocuted.
yeah. Here's gonna be our first instant of using portals to gain velocity.
Sorry.
So we're just going through the same portal over and over and gain velocity that
You
way.
can't die in any of those
And
ways.
There you go.
You just keep testing.
So that's
That's
just
the
the casual
strat, by
strat,
the way.
yeah.
Testing note.
But we're just doing it very fast.
I only created this test to watch test subjects fail, and you didn't.
Actually, so fast that we only need to press that button once.
I'm building the
Yeah, so there's a
Normally
button on
you'll
either
have
side, and usually fling across and press the other button on the other side, but both buttons trigger the same thing, so if we do it fast enough, we only need to press one of them.
Yeah.
And I will explain the button glitch stuff now. So in this level, you'll see Refrag attempting something that I can't do because I am host on this co-op session. This is a trick with the internet that Refrag is gonna do something funky with a button, and it's gonna trick the game into thinking it's always on, even when Refrag is no longer standing on it.
Please.
It can be a bit dumb sometimes because it's like RNG with your internet.
Look at how much better you are.
Oh my god, this does not want to work.
You
Wow.
are very good at being an example.
It's being
Come
especially
on,
dumb
game.
today.
This is usually faster if you actually get it, except
There you go.
there you go.
So yeah, now you
That
can see
was
that
funny.
Refrag can walk across this gap as the button is permanently on. And then you're going to press the button again to update the game and make it realize that that button should not be pressed.
They said
So you
no
can
one
die
can die.
and get a faster voice line.
Even science, without the possibility of death.
Yep. There you go. Then we are going into catapults. Which, and never mind, we are not going into catapults.
No, no, no.
This is the next level.
But there's one
would
coming
say-
up that's out of bounds and is very, very difficult. It's relatively new strat in terms of Portal 2 strats, but it is very cool. We'll explain that when we come to it, though.
Yeah, this one is pretty much casual and pretty straightforward. We're doing the same thing as we did earlier. Just getting speed through these portals. And there you go. Just press these buttons.
Ugh.
And we get the ball.
Let's go.
Begin juggling test.
Oh.
In 3.
And you saw there with the ball, like what Refrag was talking about, that sometimes it can just not want to land where you want it to go and can bounce out and be very annoying. But anyway, what Refrag is going to be doing here is he is going to be getting quantum crouch, which is where the game basically your hitbox is crouched, but your camera is still in its normal position, which means your camera is actually above your head. And what that means is that we can fling into the ceiling, so our camera goes out of bounds, and that lets us place a portal out of bounds right to the end of the level.
Do you know where I was?
There you go.
I was
So Refrag's looking out of bounds right now. I'm in place
Oh
and portal.
wait, that is not the right... Oh my...
I soft locked there because Refrag placed it in the wrong place, but we'll try again. So he's going to be putting his head above the roof, placing the portal out of bounds. Then I'm going to be strafing through it and hopefully clipping back in bounds. And that's all the level.
Yeah,
I was confident you
hopefully I can get it in the right spot
could
this
know
time.
where I was.
If I can get
I
the
was
quantum
outside
crouch first.
watching some deer frolic. You don't
Okay.
even care
Swap over
about
to
the
me this time,
outside, do
'cause-
you?
There you
Yeah, there you go.
go. It's still a bit far.
Huh.
So
Well,
this can be pretty dumb sometimes. Because if the portal's too far away from the right hand side, I can't clip back in bounds and I just get stuck.
I was confident you could finish.
it is pretty precise.
I was outside watching some
Let's see if I
deer
can get it
frolic.
this time.
You don't even
There you go,
care
that should be
about
good.
the
Yeah, there you go.
outside, do you?
Okay.
So I have to do some pretty heavy strafing there. So strafing is the air movement used while you're bunny hopping, and
You know who dances around
um,
like an imbecile when they
lets
come
you
out
have
with tinies?
control of your velocity in the air. But anyway, coming up with this next level, this is going to be pretty interesting. There's a lot of tricks here, so I'll try my best to explain what's going on. First off, we are going to be flinging up to a cube dropper. So usually with cube droppers, you press a button and it drops a cube down from them. But if we like put our heads like just onto the cube dropper, it's enough to where we can actually grab the cube from inside of it, and that lets us do this.
No one was created
There you go. So, oh,
Oh,
Can
and
I
I
have that
grabbed the
cube?
cube. Oh, yes. Oh my god, can I stop flinging, please? Let me talk. Thank you, game.
there you go.
Anyway,
And then Refrag is going to be
I
flinging
cannot hit
to
this portal. What is happening?
this part of the level.
There you go.
Oh,
And
got
then
flung.
I am gonna be placing a portal on that grid. If I can get it, I am having a lot of trouble. But yeah, there you go. I just placed a portal on the grid, which you're not supposed to do. You're normally only supposed to place portals on the white surfaces.
Yeah. And here we're going to be using these faith plates in a way they're not supposed to be used to fling to the end of the level and get the cube. So basically with those faith plates, they're supposed to fling, they're supposed to like fling you to a certain place. But if we collide, like there, what Refrag stood in front of me, I went on faith plate, collided with him, and that means I go straight up instead of going where the faith plate wants me to go. And that lets us strafe around and go through a portal, activate some triggered momentum, and fling across the map. Pretty useful.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty fast.
Ugh, my throat is very much dying, but I'll survive.
Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah, I'm known to this level. So the first part is pretty easy. We actually only need to press one of the buttons here. Normally you would press both buttons, but if you press the same button twice, it actually works out. So yeah.
And there you just saw me press a button in the wall, which was invisible, probably left in by the devs. And I did the fade a bit early there. But basically, yeah, there's a button in the wall, and you press it and the door opens, and you can bunny hop just fast enough to get through. So, pretty easy solution to that puzzle in the second half of the level. Not even looking at it.
Yep. And now this is our last level of the second course. So again, we're gonna be inside the testing track, and yeah, gonna grab that CD and put it in.
Yeah, so only one of us has to get to the other side, and you'll see this with a little
Oh my god!
trick
this
that
portal is
Repro's gonna do.
funky.
This is just a thought experiment.
So here we're glitching the cube through that tube. Then I'm stopping the fan so Refrag can get over to the other side. And then Refrag is gonna do what usually you need 2 players for, but all by himself.
Yeah, this one is
There you go.
harder to get because they're much further apart. It's basically the same thing as we saw on the first level outside the testing track.
Yeah, so you press
It's
both of them at
just
the
a bit
same
harder
time,
here.
or like the idea is that you use this thing and go 3, 2, 1, and press them both at the same time. But instead of that, one person can just do it on their own if they're fast enough.
Yep, and then we get blown up.
I suppose.
And we're back into the lobby, and into course 3 we go, which is gonna be about bridges, which can also be used as walls and a bunch of other stuff.
A lot of
can
turrets in
do
this one.
some pretty neat tricks. Yeah, also turrets.
Turret's gonna be annoying, but you'll see when we get there. So once again, we're gonna do a little backflip to skip GLaDOS from making us do whatever she wants us to do, and I'll do this.
Yep.
I want you to stop. Maybe I shouldn't send you outside of the official testing courses. You are picking up some bad
There you
human
go.
traits. And trust me.
And yeah,
humans
so
only have one trait.
this first level, I'm gonna be doing a strafe to skip a bit of the level of the first part of the level, and yeah.
Yeah, so this level has a lot of strafing in it. The first part we're gonna do a little strafe, like Refrag said, to basically jump over the intended part of the level and we'll skip the entire thing. And in the second half, we're going to be using strafing with faith plates, the things that fling you into the air, to make it so that we can just strafe to wherever we want the faith plates to go instead of where they want us to go. So here I'm going to be strafing over all the way to this button here.
Oh my god.
Then Refrag's going to be getting the ball and doing a similar thing. Strafing all the way over and putting it in the receptacle.
Yeah. I'm struggling to play right now. I don't know what it is, but I think it's still okay.
Anyway,
Yeah, next up is gonna be a level where there's a pretty big oversight. We can basically skip the whole thing by doing some pretty. It's not hard to do. Like
They're just like
do this
really
casually.
weird placements that a lot of the time you can just die if you do it wrong because it's really jank. But they're not very hard, and yeah, you can just place a portal right at the end of the level and put a bridge over. That's all we have to do.
Yeah, there you go.
And this is one of those tricks that, like, even if you don't know almost anything about the game, you can work this out on your own.
I thought they would have moved it into the testing track Hall of Fame for that, not let it deteriorate.
Refrag doing a little dance.
Yeah, the little dance, because why not? You know. Yep. And then next up,
Fling block.
yeah, we are gonna be seeing a little trick at the end of this level, but otherwise it's
Pretty simple,
It's
just
like
with bunny
casual
hopping
but
and
fast.
done fast, yeah.
yeah.
Here we go.
One of my best tests, and they let plants grow here. Can you believe this?
I am.
You can't
So,
test plants. We tried.
There you go.
They just sit
So,
there,
yeah, maybe you can
neither
explain
show
this.
pain nor fear.
Yeah, so here Luna is gonna
It isn't
place
science.
a wall just as we are crossing here, so it bumps us basically to the end.
Reward for completing this test.
And yeah,
Reward for testing.
it's a bit tough sometimes because they don't have much time to place the portal, but yeah, it was fine here. So,
Yeah. So basically, what I actually placed was a floor, but I placed it on the ceiling, so it turned into a wall. And we placed it at a certain angle that lets us fling to the end instead of doing that part of the puzzle. Pretty useful.
yeah. And here, first part of the level is gonna be pretty much casual, but the second part we're gonna try to skip everything about the second part, which is normally a pretty long level to solve and stuff.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So here we go. Just placing a portal to the end and doing a little strafe, and we're over the end.
Congratulations.
There you go.
Your ability to complete this test proves
And normally
the
this
human
this
jaw.
one is pretty long
They
and
described
pretty
it as
annoying to solve.
impossible,
But yeah,
deadly,
there you go.
cruel,
Just do that
and one
and
test
go to the
subject
end.
even
And
had the nerve
next
to
one.
call it broken.
Ugh.
Actually, the next one is gonna feature a kind of a out of bounds and yeah, some.
Yeah,
pretty
so
funky stuff.
usually when you place, let's say you already placed a portal and you want to place another portal, but you're placing it in the same place, it will bump that new portal to either side of the portal that's already placed. And that means that if we place two portals, in certain places, we can bump them out of the map. So here, there you go, portal's now out of the map, and you can just jump past that entire puzzle. Pretty simple.
Deadly was more cost effective.
Then we're going to the second part of the level.
So here, all we're going to be
Now has to
doing
do a lot of stuff.
is placing a portal. Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Placing a portal to this last surface in this level here, if you can get it, and then going through the faith plate and flinging through it.
Oh my god.
Refrag just made it. That was a bit sketchy, but whatever.
Yeah.
I
I kinda miss my drum.
Not reassemble you. He refused. I understand.
But yeah,
That would be like asking
also I
me
don't know
not
if
to
we
test.
mentioned it, but basically for bunny hopping, usually what you do is that you bind your mouse wheel to jump. So
Mhm.
that's what we do. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I personally have a bit of trouble with that and just don't get my jumps. So
Yeah. So
it's pretty funny.
for me, my space button is the like pick up cube button. So
This is a bridge building
you know, I don't have like a designated jump button other than the scroll wheel. So for individual jumps, it is sometimes a bit weird. But for bunny hopping, it's a lot more useful because you can, like, if you watch our jump button in our input overlay. Oops, I'm doing some funky stuff right now. Sorry for that. I accidentally pressed a bunch of bangs on my mouse that like changed the lighting in the room and zoomed in and everything. But
Oh,
let's not do that.
nice.
So yeah, if you
But yeah.
watch our overlay in the top right, the jump key is going pretty crazy.
From my original plans.
Yeah, and those were turrets, by the way. So yeah, I mean, we are using the walls so that they don't kill us. You can get hit a few times from the turrets, as we saw here, but they can kill you pretty fast. It's a bit RNG.
Yeah, it's RNG how many times they hit you. So sometimes they can just kill you. Sometimes they can hit you, get a lot of knockback, and yeah, it's very frustrating sometimes. But here,
Yeah,
we're just going to be
here,
bunny hopping
though-
straight fast one.
Yeah. Can bunny up fast enough so that the turrets just don't have time to kill us. So yeah. And here we're gonna do a straight right to the end. And there you go. You're normally supposed to block these turrets and stuff.
Yeah, but you
we're
can
not
bunny
doing
up past
that. We
them.
don't have time. Oh, that was a lot of hits. I'm fine.
So again, congratulations
Yeah.
on completing the
And that's already gonna be the last level of this course. Once again, entering the city, and this time, actually, if we go fast enough, I am gonna be alone in the last part of the level.
Yeah. So Refrag can literally lock me out of the last part of the level if he's fast enough.
Yeah. Are we
And
gonna try for that?
since only one person has to get to the end, that's perfectly fine because we can just put the disc in, or Refrag can. So at the start, it's going to be trying this strafe to get on top of the level. See if we can get it. There you go.
Nice.
And that lets him basically catch up with me because I'm usually in front of him.
Oh, oh my god,
Oh,
I messed
and that's
it
a
up.
soft block if Refrag fell down there.
Yeah, that's the annoying part with this strafe is that you can get it, but if you mess up after that and fall, then you're gonna have to just restart the level. Fortunate.
I am going to risk having you go outside the official courses one more time. The humans accidentally
Let's try to not do that
found
again.
the security DVD in the player. I am sure it happened by accident.
There you go.
But why don't you put it back in the player
Ugh.
for
There you go.
safety?
So now I'm
We're
just going to be
grabbing
getting this ball
here.
and
Yep.
hopefully throwing it through Refrag's portal. Then Refrag's going to be standing on top of the edge of an emancipation grill, the things that
Oh,
get rid of your portals
did
and
you grab
items.
that?
Yeah,
Oh, you did.
I got the
okay.
ball. Can you press the button? Do you know where it is?
Yes, I can.
Over there.
Yep.
I'll do this.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to be
That's a bit
swapping
of
roles
a backup
now.
we're doing right now because
Because
was not really
Refrag
planned.
fell off. Oh, this button's not
And there you
pressed. Okay. Refrag has to press a button there, otherwise we basically soft lock. There you go. Because
okay, nice.
that button usually has to be pressed for you to finish the puzzle, but we are glitching the puzzle, so we don't have to do that. And yeah, you saw me there jump over the entire level at the end, so we don't have to do the actual trick. And that's how you do it with one player.
Yeah, so basically I was supposed from here. I don't know if you're on my view, but
Yeah, I
I was
just swapped
supposed to get the ball and just jump here, but I just fell off and yeah.
Luckily, Refrag
Unfortunately-
dropped the ball over to me so that I could still finish that part of the level. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we would have had to redo quite a bit, but we got it.
It's all good.
Do you want to explain
that was
funnels?
course 4? Yeah, sure. So we're going to course 4, which is about funnels, and it's basically a beam of something or whatever that you can just go in, and you basically just follow its path in.
Yeah, you can fly as long
Right.
as you're in the funnel.
Yeah, but however, you can also fly if you're outside if you abuse something called crouch flying. That's what we're gonna be doing, and yeah, we're gonna be able to fly basically anywhere, anywhere we want, and yeah,
Yep.
it's pretty powerful.
So this was a glitch that was found on like day 1 of the game's release. It's pretty crazy, but basically if you get to 0 velocity, which is why we have our little okay,
Oh.
Refrag is gonna have to die. I think that's fine, yeah. Sometimes that portal placement can be pretty tricky. Because basically in this game there's portal placement helpers which try and correct your portal placement to be in the right spot. But when we're trying to line up portals for where they're not supposed to be as speedrunners, that can be very frustrating because it's, trying to get us to put it in the wrong place. And there's one there, so that's what happened there.
Yeah, because Luna has to place one like, on the side and stuff, so that portal helper can be pretty annoying.
Yeah, but what I was explaining was that we have this little display in the top left, and the third thing down is our velocity. So once that reaches 0, if you change your crouching state while you're in one of those funnels, you can just work out and maintain your flight, and you can fly anywhere around. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I've been listening to
on this level, we are not gonna be using a crouch flying because we are actually just gonna do the casual strat, and there's not really any ways to make that faster. So yeah, just gonna do the casual strat fast.
Mhm.
What is happening with my scroll wheel? I'm gonna do a funny little rock paper scissors.
And
I
Refrag
won!
won.
Let's go.
This is so sad.
Orange is dragging you down. There, I've
Uh,
said it.
Oh, I was a bit late because of that. Oh well.
So
It's
Refrag is a
worth
super
it.
long voice line here that is like basically in this course GLaDOS like splits off and talks to people individually to try and make you have arguments or whatever.
Yep. Next up though is funnel catch, next level, and this is gonna be quite interesting. It's kind of crouch flying, but in a weird way that we don't fully understand. And
Yeah, so this is pretty interesting and it kind of just speaks for itself, honestly. So just have a look and enjoy.
yeah,
Blue is penalized 75 science
There you go.
collaboration point, while teamwork
there you go. That was the level.
tests. I'm not sure I trust
So
Yeah,
basically, we placed a portal. I will explain this with my camera. So the end of the level is over here, and we placed a portal over there. Got crouch flying, somehow flung, and went yum, right to the end of this. So not really sure why that happens, but it happens. So, and we know how to do it, so it's fine.
Now next level, we're gonna be lining up our portals so that we can reach 0 velocity as soon as possible. Because basically, when you're about to enter the portal but not quite entering it, it's putting your velocity at like 0 much quicker.
Yeah, so if you're right at the edge of a portal, then you get to 0 velocity way faster. And also, this means that we can crouch into the portal and not have to crouch and then wait for it to go to 0 again and then go through, which is sometimes frustrating.
Are you doing that just to aggravate me?
Velocity was quite interesting there for me. I don't know why. I think my portal was like barely barely at the right place, but yeah, it worked. Anyway, oh yeah, this is
It's a funny level.
yeah.
You can bunny hop across the entire level here. We are not going to do that right now.
Okay.
We'll do a marathon safe trick, which is another funnel fly.
Not flying.
Trust Blue.
It
Yeah.
is this
So we just
bunny
quickly-
hop is pretty much like, as a human, it's like the largest distance you can really realistically cross with a bunny hop. So it is very difficult. You need to get pretty much perfect bunny hops.
I was
Yeah.
asking if Orange trusted you. I trust you. You are my favorite cooperative testing subject.
You know, my score is definitely acting up right now. Like,
Oh no.
I don't know what's up with that. That's why I'm missing a bit of stuff, I think. But oh well, we'll have to just deal with that, I guess. Yeah. Next up.
So this is another
it's-
kind of crouch fly glitch, where we're going to be crouch flying, going onto the floor, and that lets us keep our flying state but walk around, and then jumping off the floor, which gives us some vertical velocity, and using that to fly to the top of the level.
Oh, interesting.
There you go. I'll swap to refrag here so you can see refrags, and you replace the portal. There you go. So that's another thing. If you well, maybe you can explain about replacing portals.
Those horrible things about you. If
Um,
Orange had said those things about me,
To get rid of
Sorry,
funnels.
what? Replacing
Orange would
Couch
have
fly.
led
Oh, yeah.
to the next reassembly
Yeah.
station.
Basically, since we're getting the crouch flying out of this portal funnel, if we just get rid of that funnel, we'll actually just lose our crouch flying, and yeah, that's how we stop flying with that.
Yeah, so in that case, we were basically until we hit our head on the roof, we were like infinitely going upwards. So
You both made it.
yeah,
It's
basically
until
we want a
now
way
I
to stop
tried
that.
to pull you apart and destroy you.
Oops,
You
sorry.
just-
So yeah, if you remember here when we bump into each other and stuff, you see what's gonna be happening here.
It's like you're
There you go.
And
just-
there you go.
So
End of the level already.
that's a pretty perfect trick. Like it's one of those tricks that feels like it's almost intentional. Like it's not, but it feels that perfect that it could even be
When my attempt to drive you
intentional.
apart, I learned something important.
Do you want to explain how
about
it
trust
works
and
with crouching?
betrayal.
Yeah, so basically, Luna first bumps into me and gets onto this little ledge here, and I'm then bumping into Luna, and it's so close that I actually have to crouch to make it up there. So yeah, but it does work. So
Yeah,
we'll take it.
I only just get
'Cause it
up
saves
there
a lot
by
of time.
like the tiniest amount, but it looks very cool, and it's very satisfying to do as well.
This is the last test for the
So here's another crouch flying thing.
It's just
But Refrag's going to be placing a portal through a seam, and then I'm going to be grabbing a cube through that same seam.
Yeah.
So here we go. Turning my horizontal crouch flying into vertical by going through a portal. And then grabbing this cube out of nowhere. And let's see if we can get it. Oh, no.
Ah, not really. Not
try
quite.
and throw that. Oh,
The cube.
try and throw that. Oh, Refrag.
The cube. Are you kidding me? Come on. Come on now. What is happening? I cannot get the cube into the thing. Okay.
That was incredible.
the standard
Disregarding that.
Before we can go
Yeah,
any
that was
further,
quite funny.
I will need
Yeah,
you to
so the
complete
cube was actually onto the thing, but it was not turned the right way, so it
Please refrain
wasn't
from
actually
doing those
working. That
childish
was
gestures
pretty funny.
while you-
Yeah,
Anyway,
those things could
so-
very much do with having like some sort of magnet to pull the cube fully into them when they're nearby, because that is very frustrating sometimes.
Yeah.
But that was pretty funny still. Refrag
And-
fumbling with the cube.
This is again our last level of course 4, so we're outside the testing track, and again we're gonna only have one person
We need
go
to
to the
find
end.
a power station
and
at the
put
end
the
of
city
this
in.
course. The humans must have accidentally disconnected it from my
So Luna is gonna kill those turrets.
Turret's been very weird for me today.
That's okay.
Oh, those
Then Luna is gonna place this portal here, and I need to go through as soon as the portal is placed. Luna is gonna die right after that.
Did you think the
So this is one of the
electrical
benefits
circuit
of
was bad?
only one of us having to get to the end, that one of us can place a portal for the other one to go through, even if we die, and then the other person can still make it to the end and finish the level. And also, we skipped the entire level here. So
Powered on the
Yeah.
the like intro part of the level and the end of the level are in the same room, and then the actual puzzle is in a different room. And we never went to that puzzle, so yeah, pretty interesting mechanic.
Yeah, this is a very long level normally, but yeah, basically all of it.
Okay, so we're gonna do something interesting here. Maybe you can explain this while I'm doing it. Lobby 5.
Yeah, so we're going to course 5 now. So normally you have this long 30 seconds cutscene and stuff, but if we restart right at the beginning here, what's gonna happen is that it's just gonna skip that cutscene and can just go to 5 without waiting these like 30 seconds.
Yeah, so usually you have to wait for the entire like lobby to reassemble itself, and like you have to, yeah, basically a super long cutscene. But if you restart the level, it tricks GLaDOS into thinking we left and came back and
Oh,
already
my
watched
God,
that
I'm sorry.
cutscene, and Refrag died. So
I
I placed the portals. You don't have to place them.
Yeah. Thank you, Mouse, for being very cool. Okay.
So coming up here will be course 5, which has gel mechanics, and these are pretty interesting. We have orange, which lets us run really fast, blue, which makes us bounce really high, and then another one which we won't be seeing because it isn't in this one. It's only in single player. Well, it is in the DLC Chamber 6, but we're not doing that today.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if you mentioned it, but this is basically this level has a old style kinda.
Yeah, so
So-
this like chapter or course or whatever has like an old aperture style, as you can see. Like it looks very different from the other ones, and this basically means that there's a lot more holes in the levels, which means we can do a lot more tricks where we place a portal, like, well, basically there'll be like holes in the levels, and there'll be a portal at some point through the level, and we can place it from places we're not supposed to place it by doing some funky stuff with the level geometry. So you'll see that coming up in a minute. But first off, it's double bounce, and this one's pretty interesting because we're going to be shooting a portal through the floor. So here are the Emancipation Girls, which you can't place a portal through. And here's a floor, or not really, because you can place a portal straight through it.
think they wanted to punish them.
Yeah.
By not
There you go, we are at the end of the
stop
level.
preparing for human
So
All it
basically we can
takes.
line up this
suggestion
bunny
box.
hop,
The
and
number one
we need to
request,
actually be careful
That's
because
deadly
there is something
tests.
called velocity cap.
That's ridiculous.
So if you bunny hop too fast,
How do they know for sure the tests
you're
are
actually
deadly if
just
they could still write the
gonna be stuck going in a direction and you can't really turn.
Yeah,
So we want to not get too much speed so that we don't get velocity cap, but we need to get a bunch of speed to make it to the end. So yeah.
yeah, it's a pretty exact amount of speed that you want to get there, which requires a lot of like control with your air strafing. But here is something interesting as well. I'm gonna be jumping onto this scaffolding just outside the level. It's pretty exact. There you go. And placing a portal to the end for Refrag to go through.
Okay, wait a second.
Let's still back up a bull.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, you go through
Really good.
first. Well, okay, it's gonna be weird. So basically, yeah, I placed a portal to the end of the level, and Refrag replaced my portals. Went through and then replaced my portals. And yeah, let's go straight to the end of the level and skip the puzzle by doing a weird jump.
Yeah. By the way, a funny little thing that we can do here at the end of the level is just stay on one side so that we don't actually fall with the platform.
Yeah, usually you fall
You know.
down those things, but we've been like staying in little corners to not fall down.
Just a funny
I
thing.
didn't mean to make you feel bad earlier about your tests not being real
Oh.
science.
Now this next level, okay, so the first part, we're actually gonna do some strafing.
Oh, come on, bro.
Oh, that's okay. But yeah, we're gonna be doing some strafing here to skip this whole section. Normally you have to put some blue gel and it's pretty long and stuff, like you need to put it across the board and stuff, but you can just skip it. Yeah. Cool.
And
Being
there, that's
very
an
careful
example
with my
of the weird holes that are in these levels. I could just place a portal right to the top because they didn't put enough geometry in the way of that.
Oh, don't
Yep.
worry. If they ever write an historical document of my
I'll show you what
heroic
happens if you stand in the middle of one of these as well.
sure your names are
So you can see what happens
Yeah,
when I stand in
same.
the corners.
Just fall. Whee! And next up,
Propulsion crushers. This one's pretty crazy, so maybe you can explain your
Yeah.
trick at the start.
so what I'm gonna be doing in the start is basically grabbing the cube alone. You're normally supposed to do it with your partner, but you can actually do it alone if you're fast enough. So basically, I'm gonna press this button and jump at the right time and get the cube.
And here I'm going to be crouching on this orange goo, and that lets me gain speed based on... But basically, orange goo is... you gain speed based on how long you've been on it instead of how fast you're currently going. Oh, that's unfortunate. So it lets me fling all the way out of the level, and that means that if I can do this... oh, let's not do that. This can be a bit funny sometimes.
Okay, you've got time,
There you go. That means that I can fling all the way out here, which skips the entire first part of the level, and if I can get this exact rung, then I can place a portal just there for Refrag to go through, which is very annoying sometimes. And then we skip all the way to the second half of the level, and now we have a cube, so we can skip the entire puzzle in the second half of the level, basically skipping the entire level.
Yep. Also, you might have seen at the end there, I basically activated the button and then I went past. This is just to trigger the voice line earlier, because it's a pretty long voice line, so I triggered the voice line and then I put the cube back and then we go to the end.
So that was a pretty hectic level, but we'll see that orange goo mechanic again in the next level, not this one, but basically, yeah, crouching on it lets you gain as much speed as you want, and it lets you fling across large gaps.
Often wanting to try and kill you. But they do make great test subjects.
Oh,
Yeah, and here,
I only just didn't hit your head there, but
is that good? It worked?
Are you as excited
Yeah,
as
basically
I
what
am?
happened here is that I get the cube to Luna and then with some well-placed portal, Luna can get a scripted momentum, which makes her able to just get up and kill the turrets.
so yeah,
early.
but basically like activating it on the wrong side of the portal, so we can fling vertically instead of flinging like out of the portal, which lets me get to the top of the level where I'm not really supposed to be, and then I can kill the turrets. It's pretty useful. And here you saw Refrag doing this crouching on orange goo trick again.
Yeah. Ah,
Yeah, not a
there
great
wasn't a
placement
lot
there.
of good there.
About the
Yeah.
humans. Don't be.
Oh well.
They aren't
The
all
go is
monsters.
kind of
Most of
RNG,
them are
so
simply
sometimes you
good
kind of
test
just have to
subjects.
deal with it, you know. But
I believe
it's
the
okay.
ratio of good test
We got the
subjects to
things, we got the
monsters is
trick, and yeah.
about
And coming up
1,000,000.
here is the last level. This one's also
Yeah,
pretty
already.
interesting actually, but
Mhm.
you'll see. So we're doing a lot of like pulse placements across the map, just skipping sections with some strafes, placing buttons as one player when you're supposed to do it as two players, and yeah, you'll see.
Yeah. Alright, so first of all, we do need to wait for these doors to open, which is
I
pretty
entered
long.
the security code, but the vault door
And
remains
we can
locked.
see a turret here
I am
that
going
we're
to
gonna
need you
wait a
to
little bit
activate
because
the manual locks on the vault
she just
door
like to,
instead.
you know, shoot at us a little.
Oh,
and
okay.
It's annoying because that's
That
what can
happens.
happen. Yeah.
So
That's why we want
if
to
you
be
don't,
careful with
basically the turret's bullets are RNG. So if you
Need to find the vault
that. Oh
door.
shit, sorry.
if you don't wait long enough, sometimes that can happen. I got a bit greedy with waiting, and
Oh.
also that is very annoying. Well, Refrag can go to the next section while I'm doing this. Don't wait for me, please.
That's true, yeah.
Doing that. All
Anyway.
you need to do is open the vault door.
So this is also sometimes a pretty annoying jump. Wow, this is being very frustrating today.
Yeah.
So Refrag's placed the
fine,
portal
so-
across the map.
Yeah,
And
basically
I
you
can
can
go
just
through.
place the portal to the end, and yeah, I'll let you do the buttons, I guess. Okay, then we go here. So right now we got the orange gel at the end there. As you can see, got the orange gel here. And now we need the blue gel.
Yeah, so I'm
Shuna
going
is
to skip
currently-
this entire puzzle and press a little button
Yeah.
that's right through here. And that lets us get
There you
the
go.
blue gel at the end to jump over. It is possible to jump from just the orange gel, but it's very risky, and it is not worth
Yeah,
it.
that's not something we'll do, because you also don't have a checkpoint. Like, you can take it, but
Something is wrong. This
it takes
door
more
should
time
be
and stuff.
opening.
But this is actually time now. Oh wait,
Refrag
What's
did not
happening?
emote correctly.
I swear I did it. Anyway.
Anyway, that is time.
Yeah.
And considering how much we messed up, the 33-34 is not very bad. That's
It is
pretty, pretty
It is
decent.
pretty okay, honestly. Yeah. That
So
was
yeah.
Portal 2 Co. There's a lot of stuff in this game, isn't there?
Yeah, there's a lot to explain, and it's a really fun run. I definitely recommend checking it out. I definitely would say it is the best co-op run that like I've at least ever seen. If someone has a better one, then definitely DM me. I want to play a better co-op game than this, but this is like one of my favorite speedruns ever, so it's really cool to finish it
Yep.
off. Yeah. I'm sorry my throat
Hope you
was a
liked
bit
it.
dodgy today, but yeah, I have been Luna, and this is the Refrag.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. What, what do we say now? What's happening?
I don't know. This is very epic.
Yeah, I mean, I hope my mouse thing will get fixed, because that was very weird. I'm gonna be honest.
So here, basically,
I
you're
guess
seeing
that
a little
happens.
cutscene of GLaDOS. So the whole point is that we were saving the humans, and now GLaDOS is going to use them all as test subjects. So we didn't really save them, but let's do a little dance anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
Also-
Coming up, do you know what's coming up? It is Cube with Titanfall.
Let's go.
Let the
I
science
think this could be
begin.
pretty
Hubert.
epic. Cube